Hello everyone and welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez and this is my weekly Moonday Oracle reading. So yesterday actually was Monday, today's Tuesday when I'm doing this reading live, and so you're not confused. Normally I do these readings on Mondays or whenever I'm able to actually do them. Always work in divine timing. So today is Tuesday, August 13th, 2024, and so the reading will be for this week. So basically from Monday to Sunday, and what it is that we all most need to know moving into the energy of this week. So these readings are not individualized or personalized. It's more of a generalized overview for all of us as a collective, and really giving us the insight into what the energetic theme might be for the week so that we can really have more of an awareness and taking that power, if you will, into our hands to be able to best maneuver through the energy of the week. So with that said, I'm just going to give it a moment and just allow people to see that I am live and let them connect. This way I can just make sure that everything is good on the technical end here. So if you are tuning in, just shoot me a comment and let me know how the quality of sound is for you, and then I'll go ahead and share that. I also want to make sure that I can see comments because, once again, every time I connect here, it's like there's some new update or something happened, and just want to make sure that we're all good before I get really going into this. I haven't seen any comments yet, so if you are commenting, oh, there we go. First one just popped in. Hi, Deb. Welcome, sweetheart. Thanks for being here. Yes, I'm like throwing a monkey wrench in in how I normally work and do these things. So I'm glad that you did see that I'm live and that you could make it. Hi, Kimberly. Welcome, beautiful. Thank you for being here. All right, good. It's working. I'll just go ahead and share this really quickly. Bear with me. How are you all, and how was your weekend? I guess you could say. How was your weekend? Hi, Bridget. Welcome, love. Thanks for making it. All right. And shared. Okay, so yeah, today is Tuesday. You are not backwards. I am this week. Everything always in divine timing, as you know. Even the way that these readings work is in divine timing and synchronicity, which means that it doesn't matter if you're catching this on the live or if you're watching this on the replay, even if it's months from now. Whenever you stumble upon this reading or this video, it is going to be when you are most in need of hearing the message and how it will most apply to your life at that time. So once again, for those of you who are new to Magical Me, these Moonday readings, I do try to go live on Mondays. It is not every single Monday, as again, I kind of go with divine flow and what is meant to happen. And if I cannot get here, I do my best. So that's why I'm here today on Tuesday. So again, this is going to be a reading for us all as a collective. They're not personalized. It's a generalized message for us all. Kind of like what we all as a collective just need to know going into the energy of this week and how we can best work with that energy. So it gives us that awareness, if you will. Now, with that said, I like to announce the news or any events that we have going on here at Magical Me or even over at my sister business, Oracles of the Light, and just give you a little bit of a heads up as to what might be going on so you can participate. For those of you who might want your own personalized reading, you have the opportunity at all times, actually. You can always message me to book a personalized reading with me. However, this week, on Thursday, August 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Oracles of the Light, so my partner Karen and I will be going live on Oracles of the Light business page. So you're going to make sure you want to go over there, give that page a like, even set a reminder. We're going to go live at 7 p.m. and we will be bringing back our reading roulette. Now this means that you will get an opportunity to purchase a reading for a very discounted price from what we ordinarily offer our readings for. So for $25, you sign up in advance, or you could sign up during the live. But if you sign up in advance, you can get your name on the list right away, and we'll be moving through that list As readings come through during the live, we'll be taking, we'll be pausing, making sure that the payments came through, confirming for people, but you'll be added on to the end of the list as they are in order of receipt. So first come, first serve. But again, everybody will get read. It's a guaranteed reading. So how it works is, hello, beautiful Annie, welcome. So the reading works this way. We have a magical wheel. It's our wheel of fate, as we like to call it, or the wheel of fortune. And we write different sorts of themed readings down on that wheel. So for $25, we spin the wheel live for you, virtually, obviously virtually. We spin it for you during the live. You'll see what reading that lands on. You are guaranteed a reading. There are many different ones. Right now, we're doing a theme of the Wheel of the Year. So August had a harvest festival called Lunasa. It will be a reading that we focused on what blessings are coming into your life, what you need to know about that. Then we have, we'll be doing Mabon, which is the fall equinox, and giving you insight on what most needs balancing or to be brought into balance in your life. We have another reading that will be Samhain, which is Halloween, and it is the reading of what is ready to come to release or come to an end within your life so that you can open yourself up and prep to be reborn come spring. We'll have a Yule reading on there, which is going to be all about your rebirth and what light is coming into your life or what it is that you can embrace at this time and best work with. So all different themes. We'll also have a full moon reading, which is going to be also about what's coming up for completion, and a new moon reading, which is what is it all about, ready to be born when you're in your life. There's also Ask the Oracle, which means that you can get the opportunity to you don't have to pick any of those readings that come up on the wheel. If you get Ask the Oracle, it means that you get to ask a question or focus on something specific that you most want to know instead of one of the themed readings. There's also a wild card option, which means you get to choose from any of the readings on the wheel. So it's a really cool and fun event that we do live. It's very popular with all of our clients and our friends. It's something that we bring back a couple times a year. So we haven't done it at all this year. So once again, it's a $25 reading that you will receive, but that reading will not be done live on air. All readings are private and confidential, so they will happen privately through a video recording that's going to get sent to you within the week after the roulette. So your oracle, either myself or Karen, will reach out to you privately and we'll let you know, I'm going to be doing your reading. This, obviously you'll see during the live what reading you win. And then we'll tell you when to expect that reading to be sent over to you. And during the live, just for participating, we will pull a bonus message for you once we do your spin. It'll be a little bit of something special, a really brief message, not a full reading, but it'll be a little brief, like sometimes we'll work with crystal cards, sometimes we'll work with herbs, sometimes different things that is just giving you a little bonus message of maybe a crystal that wants to work with you, maybe an herb that you could work with at this time, maybe a flower, maybe an angel, something like that. So it's just fun. We, kind of get a little silly, get a little goofy here. And once again, it's $25 for, it will be about a 15-minute reading through the video recording. And you get to spin that wheel of fate, or obviously we spin for you, and see what magical reading you land on. And again, also get that little bonus message. So you can sign up in advance. There is an event here on Magical Me as well as on Oracles of the Light. Go over and you'll see the option to pay. Once you send over that $25, we'll write your name down on the list. And when we go live at 7 p.m. on Thursday night, we will be going in order of receipt. We'll spin the wheel for each person and give you a little bonus message there. And then you can also sign up during the live. It takes a little while for us to get to that then. So sometimes these can go almost 2 hours long, but the replay will always be there, even if you can't tune in live with us to see what reading you received on the wheel. The replay will be there. You'll get to go through all of that, but also your oracle is going to message you privately with all of those details as well. So it's not necessary to tune in for the live, but lots of people just like to tune in for the live just because it's fun. So All right, with that said, I think that's pretty much all. Obviously, Cosmic Oracle is always going on, but we open it up for new registration at the end of each month for the coming month. So end of August, you can join in for the Cosmic Oracle, which is a private paid membership group here on Facebook that Karen and I offer, where you get daily Oracle messages. You get sound clips and tunings that go with the cosmic alignments that are happening. You'll get insight into all of the cosmic alignments that are going on throughout the month and how that applies to, the collective. You'll also get personalized individual card pulls for full moon, for a monthly outlook, as well as for your crystal and frequency that you can work with throughout the month. So it's jam-packed full of stuff. $33 for the month. If you're interested, send me a message. We'll get you the info. You can sign up for September. I am teaching a Reiki training course for the level 2 practitioner, which is the remote healing level, and that is going to be November 10th. This is an in-person class. I do offer Reiki training for level 1, level 2, and level 3, all online for those who might be further away and want to train in Reiki but cannot do so in their area, or just want to train with me because you feel more aligned with me as your guide for that training. So you can do that, and we can talk about how the actual attunement process will work, as that will be something that will be done virtually through Zoom. But the class actually is a pre-recorded class, so if you're interested and want more details, shoot me a message. I'll get that information to you. And again, the training course for November is going to be for level 2 practitioner. So you already have to be attuned and certified in level 1. If you want to certify in level 1 in person, that is something that you can also message me for, and I'll get you details about when we can set up that training, because I don't have anything on the calendar yet, but it is something that I can get there through possibly before the end of the year. So if you're interested, just let me know. And I think that's it for the moment. There's something magical in the works for October. It is huge. And I am like bursting at the seams to be able to share it with you. It is for Oracles of the Light. And it's a brand new adventure. And we want to share it with all of you. But we're still waiting on some fine-tuning details. And as soon as those are secured or set in place, we'll be able to release that information. So with that said, welcome everybody to Moonday. Now that I've got all of the news and events out of the way. Hi Carmela, welcome sweetheart. Kimberly, I'm glad to hear that. That's awesome. And he says, I always love all that I've experienced in all of the groups or private readings. Many have been so pivotal in my life. Thank you for that, sweetheart. I appreciate that feedback, and that always makes us so happy to hear. So thank you. Yes, so with that said, Moonday, how this works, I kind of went over that for everybody already. So I'm going to go into that, get that reading out there for us. I use my own intuitive abilities and oracle cards to bring forth a message of guidance and insight for us all, for our highest and greatest good only. I like to ask us all to come into sacred space before I pull the cards, just because we're all energetically all over the place throughout the day. Hi, Julie. Welcome, gorgeous. Thanks for being here. So glad you could make it. Perfect timing. So we're floating throughout the day, kind of like out of our body. Think about how much you're in your mind, and your mind is pulled in 5,000 different directions, and we are rarely grounded or remember to ground ourselves. It is so important to remain grounded throughout the day, but also especially during times like this where we are asking for guidance and insight, because it allows us to center ourselves enough to be in the best possible space, intuitively, energetically, and physically, to receive that divine wisdom that wishes to come forward. Because you can hear the message, but you might not fully receive it. So grounding your energy is so pivotal throughout the day, period, but especially for this. So because we are sharing space across time right now, I'm going to ask you all just to kind of ground yourself with me for a moment. So, and this is something that you can do at any time when you feel like you are just not grounded, you are feeling scattered, when you're feeling energetically drained or pulled all over the place. This is a great way to come back to your center, come back to your divinity. All right, so just close your eyes if you can do that. If you cannot, then don't. Just be safe where you are in your surroundings, and just take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Hold it And release by blowing the breath out of your mouth. And as you release that breath, noting where you're holding any tension or stress in your body. You're going to relax your shoulders, relax your back, relax your jaw, unclench it. Again, take another deep breath in through your nose. Hold. And release. Feeling yourself become lighter and lighter. Releasing all the stress, all thoughts, all worries for this moment. Just being here, being now. One more time, a deep breath in. Hold. And release. And feeling yourself dropping out of your mind. Dropping into your heart. Placing your hand upon your heart. And connecting with your own presence. All that matters is this moment in the eternal now. And when you open your eyes, you feel so much lighter, so much more grounded and aligned. All right. So with that said, there's been a lot of crazy cosmic energy going on with the planets, where they're moving, what they're doing. I'm not going to go into all that right now, but that if you like information about that, if you like to have that heads up and awareness, Cosmic Oracle Group might be something for you to consider, at least for a month. Try it out, see if it's your thing. So I'm not going to go into all that right now, but there's been a lot going on. Tomorrow there's a lot going on. And there's a lot going on with our minds right now. So it's so important for you to come back into your own presence, into your own centeredness, just to make sure that you're not having that monkey mind kind of run your show and take over and get you into some things that maybe you don't really need to be into if you could be more grounded. Remember, also Mercury's still in retrograde. That does rule over our communication. It does rule over our thoughts. So really kind of come back into yourself and just take some time for pausing and reflecting. So I've decided to work with the Enchanted Map Oracle by Colette Baron Reed this week. Hi, Rose Maria. Welcome, Goddess. Thanks for being here. All right, so we're asking for guidance and insight for the collective's highest and greatest good. And what do we all need to know as one? Moving into the energy of this week of August 13th, 2024. Guidance and insight comes forward. All right, let's see. Whoa. You know, this is funny. Funny, real quick story. I grabbed the deck before I went live and I started shuffling it. And I have this habit of automatically, it's almost like an automatic reflex where I automatically glance at the bottom of a deck. And when I do that, it's almost like something I need to be aware of. And it's not the actual message, but it's something I really need to be aware of. So when I did, the card that just flipped out of the deck was the card on the bottom of that deck. So you saw me shuffle it. It wants to be heard. It is the Magical Map Shifter. All right. It's a 52, which numerically would break down to be a number 7. So those of you who follow me on my personal Facebook page might have seen that, or even on I think it's on my Snapchat and Instagram, I shared across on all my personal platforms. I actually found a baby frog in my yard today, and I wanted to pick it up and move it because I was cutting the grass. So the heart is brought forward when it comes to the frogs. And I always use nature as my way of communicating, or the divine is communicating with me, if you will. So frogs represent coming into that heart-centeredness where we're being asked to trust. We're being asked to take this blind leap of faith, or just trust in the process that is unfolding before us, even if it seems a little bit scary. Now, with the heart and the frog, it's always about leaping forward, right? So there's an opportunity to take a big, bold leap forward this week in some way or another in your life. And it's going to apply to all of us differently. For some of us, it could be moving to a new location. It could be new careers. It could be new business ventures. It could be a new financial endeavor. It could be costs that are coming out of pocket. and you might be worried about how you're going to make ends meet. Whatever it is that's coming up, fear has no place in your divine orchestration, in the divine masterpiece that you are. Fear is a program that comes up through our brains that is designed to keep us safe, right? As fight or flight, as a survival instinct, but it actually can be incredibly harmful for us. That fear is an illusion. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not meant to have discernment and use your discernment in choices and decisions, because there will be some of those coming up this week, everybody. That 7 speaks to that same message that the frog brings forward. So that's why I'm going into all of this. So the 7 is about alchemy and transmutation and magic and ceremony and things that need to take place that you might not understand, but you are so being asked to allow those and have trust in that process. Have trust in the changes that are unfolding. Take those leaps of faith, even if you can't see where you're about to land, right? Magical map shifter, he's blindfolded. He cannot see what he's juggling. He cannot see all of the wheel of fate. Very interesting. We're doing that this week, everybody. He cannot see all of the different magical or, let's say, big life events that are being rotated and being moved in divine alignment based on his own choices, based on his life path, based on his soul's purpose. He cannot see that the wheel is turning and where that wheel is going to stop and what it's going to land on. But I love that on his map is a heart. And I love that he has his hands both open wide, which is like just throwing your heart open, throwing your hands open to the universe and saying, all right, I cannot see where I'm going. I cannot see what's on its way in, and I cannot see these choices, the outcome that they are going to look like, what the outcome is going to look like once I step forward. But you are absolutely being guided to open your heart, open your hands, which means allow the universe to take the wheel. Step forward, absolutely, but you have to step before the universe will put the wheel. So it's like when you step, it turns the cog in motion. It makes those wheels start turning. And that is the universe then able to deliver what is in divine alignment for you based on your choices in the past and how they've led you to where you are, based on the clearance of old cycles that no longer align with you. So obviously you've probably been doing a whole lot of work to let some stuff go, hard as that might be, or maybe it wasn't hard at all. But you've been doing and being guided to make a break from a lot of things that are no longer aligning with you and where your soul's journey is meant to go now. So your message is that you're the map maker, right? Your soul is the map maker. Your map has been pre-created prior to your arrival here in incarnation on earth as a human. However, your choices in life have put those different possibilities in play. Know that you're being guided with your heart here to open up fully and surrender to what is in motion and just allow it to come forward without trying to control it, without going into fear about what this is going to look like. Are you going to sink or swim? There is no such thing as not failing in life. Failing is part of the human experience. These failures are only they're opportunities for growth, to restructure your life, to teach you about. It's like when you're little, right? It's like, how do you learn that something is hot? You can hear someone say no, hot, but you don't actually know what that means as a child or as a baby until you actually experience it and get burned, right? But because you burned yourself, you now know that when a warning comes up that says hot, you don't touch it, right? You know to stay away from something because you learned through that experience. So never ever go into a circumstance or situation half in. Never go in with fear in your heart. There's something that pagans and Wiccans and actually practice. And during my time working in a pagan community, one of the things that I learned that I value to this day is that you never enter a circle unless you enter in perfect love and perfect trust. That's your guidance for the week. Enter into your new life experience as your new map unfolds, fully open-hearted, in perfect love, in perfect trust that everything is as it's meant to be, and everything that's for you will be for you, so long as you don't influence the circumstances with fear and taint it, right? So as long as you go in fully fearless, that doesn't mean that you're not afraid, but and it's interesting, I posted something about this the other day that actually is a huge part of my own soul's journey and experience, is that everything that I am afraid of is now being presented to me to do it anyway. And in lieu of my life circumstances, with having lost my life partner suddenly and unexpectedly, it put me in a position for some time where I was afraid to take chances, because I was afraid of, I no longer trusted the universe. I was afraid to let myself live. I was afraid to let my children live. I was afraid that, and more so, I was angry with the universe, the divine, whatever you want to call it, that I had been so open-hearted and free-spirited before, and look at what happened to me. I got burnt. And it's like, now I'm, once bitten, twice shy, right? Well, this last week or so, what's been coming forward to me is to grab life by the horns and ride the shit out of it. Don't allow anything to stop you from living. Don't allow anything to stop you from experience the greatness of your potential, because you will never know what that looks like until you do it. We are all going to, one day, eventually, we're all going to leave this world. And what is going to matter in life is not how careful you were, but how well you lived and how well you loved. And my husband taught me that. So with that said, everybody, open your hearts, throw those doors open, and let live and let love. All right. So your path is changing this week. The wheel's already been set in motion. There's nothing you can do to stop that. The only thing that you can do to stop your own growth is to stay in fear and hold yourself back from taking the new opportunities and the new leaps of faith that are being presented to you. They're going to be presented to you. Things are going to be set in motion. But I've learned through experience what happens when the divine gives you something, and when you ask for something and it comes to you, maybe not how you thought it would, and then you go into fear and you step back and don't take it. Well, life tends to get pulled out from underneath you then anyway. So live and love. I hope that you all have a blessed and magical week. Once again, if you are interested in participating in a magical reading roulette experience, for those of you who've done this before, you know how fun they are. Those of you who've never done it before, once again, it's a really fun opportunity to get a discounted reading with the oracles. We'll be live Thursday night, the 15th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Oracles of the Light. So set your reminders and go over and give Oracles of the Light a like so that you can stay up to date on when we do go live. All right, everybody, take care. And once again, have a magical week.